guys, how you doing today? What is up? Today I am gonna do a makeup tutorial. Finally, I know a lot of you have been wanting makeup videos from me. I just haven't because I don't know, I just wasn't inspired to do makeup for a while. Today's look is a very basic glam look, but this is my go-to glam when I have no idea what makeup to do, when I need something quick, but I want to look glam, but not over the top. You know, it's a nice in between. It's glam without being too unnatural. In this video, go pretty in depth about cut creases. So if you need some help with your cut creases, I show you 2 ways of doing it that work for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Okay, let's get into the makeup. I actually did my hair for you guys today. I'm so happy that I'm starting to feel better. It's so funny how like when you're healthy, you forget how terrible it is to be sick. And then when you're sick, you forget how wonderful it is to be healthy. I'm gonna start with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in... it doesn't say, but that's okay. I will say it's a lot more sheer than what I'm used to. So this is definitely a more medium to light coverage concealer, but we're just using this to prime the eyes, so it's not that big a deal. To set my concealer on my eyes, I'm going to use the Cover Effect Perfect Setting Powder, Transparent Light. This is how I prime my eyes every time. This helps me avoid buying primer for my eyes, and it works really well. So I like to do my brows, so I guess I'll just skip my brows. Can I just say that I have not done my makeup in like almost 3 weeks? Ever since I've been sick, man. I'm gonna be shell shocked as soon as I see my face because, oh, it's been a minute. I always feel like a hardcore catfish after the first time I do my makeup after a long time. So we're gonna start going in on the eyes, which is the fun part. I'm gonna try challenging myself to only use one palette because I like to skip around a lot. I know a lot of people don't have a ton of palettes, so I would rather just use one. But you could really use any palette for this, as long as you have like some neutral colors. But this, I'm gonna use the Carly Bible palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's so cute. She's a Libra too. It's really dirty. I'm so sorry. As long as you have some like neutral colors like this row and then these, you'll be okay. But honestly, you can use any colors for this. This is more my go-to makeup look when I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I also want to look glam, but I don't want to look too cakey at the same time. It's like a natural cake. So I'm gonna go first with Chai, which is just a nice transition shade, with a Morphe R37, which is just a big fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna put that all over the lid and in the crease. And I'm just gonna buff that out, girl. This is gonna be a cut crease look, so we don't have to be super precise right now. We can like etch it out later. As my brush gets less and less product on it, then I go up. But for the most part, I focus most of the product in the crease area, like right there. Then I'm going to take a Morphe M433. This is just a smaller blending brush than the previous one. My rule of thumb usually is you start with the biggest brush and you move down to a smaller brush. So for this step, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll either go in with like a brown like this or a red. Literally, it just depends how I'm feeling. Because I'm doing my more go-to, I'm gonna do the brown, but I'm gonna use Bowie. I think it's Bowie. Bowie, which is this brown color on that M433 brush. And I'm just gonna like stamp it on that outer corner, kind of like in the outer V. So I don't like to go above my crease. I just stop there. And I stamp like pretty much until all the product's off, and then I start to do some windshield wiper motions towards the inner corner. So most of the product stays on that outer corner like that. This is a pretty basic look. If you're a makeup lover, everyday look. Otherwise, if you're not super into makeup, this would probably be a more glam makeup for you. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm like, it's in between, because it's natural-ish for a glam girl and it's pretty over the top for a non-glam girl. I'm gonna go again with Chai just to blend out what I just put on my eyes. The R37 again. I use this brush a lot. I will use this brush pretty much after every step because I just want to make sure it's always flawless. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little extra glam, I'll use like a dab of black just to define the outer corner more, or the outer V. But I feel like I'm gonna not do that today because I don't feel like being that crazy since it has been a while since I've done makeup. But yeah, if I'm feeling adding a little extra glam, I'll do a little black just in the very outer V. And I don't really go in much with it. It's just to deepen and add more depth. This is the part where I would cut my crease. I'm sure you might have seen videos on it. If this is your first cut crease video, I'll show you how to do it. Maybe I'll show you 2 different ways I do it. So the simpler way I do it, I don't know if this will work for everyone. I think it also can depend on your complexion, and it could also depend on how much you put on your lid already. So the color might not show up as well, but sometimes I just take setting spray and I spray my brush pretty well. I'm gonna go in with this color here, Bali. But yeah, with my like pretty damp brush, I'm gonna get a pretty good amount of product. And what I do is I hold my head back like this so you can really see the crease. So where the ball of your eye kind of ends is where your crease is, so right here. Some people think it's like that little line right there, but it's actually not. It's the ball of your eye ends. I'll hold my head back like this. I'll put my brush in that crease and drag it down like that. So that's how I know where it goes. And then from there, I just start to like go back and forth, creating that line. And then I just start to put more product down. We'll eventually fade it out so it blends nice on that edge. I hope this is making sense. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in so long, guys, so I'm really sorry. Let me know in the comments any suggestions for future ones, if I need to clarify anything more, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, so I can improve. So see how it's like super sharp still? You want to make sure though that your brush, because this brush is pretty flat, it's synthetic. I would personally use a synthetic hairbrush, not a natural hairbrush, and make sure you wet it because otherwise you're not going to get that precise line where your crease is. All I'm doing now is I'm just, with the other side of the brush that I didn't put product on, I'm just gonna tap over the edge just to start blending it so it's not so harsh here. So the other way to do it, this is more if you want it super sharp, super defined, or if you just want it to look more crisp, you know, this is what a lot of people do. They take concealer, and I usually do just a tiny, just to start, a little dot kind of right there. And then you look up. Okay, wow, of course it didn't work. I'm gonna use my Tarte one because I think that one might just not be wet enough. Basically, you wanna put a dot on your lash line and then you wanna look up. See how, it didn't do it as well this time. Usually it does it really well, but of course when I'm trying to teach, it's not. See how concealer is up there? That's where your line is gonna be. And then I'm just gonna start dragging it down and over to kind of start blending it. That's a great way if you're not really sure where your crease is to find your crease, is to just put a dot, look up, and then it'll hit basically where your crease is. This is also really great if you do have hooded eyelids. Oh my God. I could not think of that word for like ever. If you have hooded eyes, this is a great trick. I actually learned this trick from Nikki Tutorials, and she has pretty hooded eyelids. Sorry. And that's what she showed, and like it's probably one of the best tips, especially if you're a hooded lid girl. I like how my shadows pop when I setting spray on my brush. Oh my God, I did it backwards. Look, I'm so sad. I'm gonna go in with that same color Bali, which is just kind of like that beigey color. I do the same thing as far as like I start from my crease or where that line of concealer was, and I just like to drag it down just to kind of give me an idea of where, it's almost like a template for me. So I know from here, I'm gonna just kind of go fan it over like that. See, if you notice, this one is way more defined. If you want a little softer of a cut crease, this method's probably better. But if you do like that super intense line, then this works great. Honestly, you could also blend this out though if you don't like that intense line, which is probably what I'm gonna do, especially to match it on the other side. The concealer method also helps the color pop more. You can see this one's a little more dual and this one's a little more poppy. I'd say if you want more of a pop, definitely do the concealer method. But if you're just fine with more toned down, then you could just do this and it's gonna be fine. I'll just build this up a little to match the other side. I'm gonna take that second blending brush, that smaller blending brush I used earlier, and I'm just gonna lightly, with no product, I'm just gonna lightly go over this so it's nice and blended into that dark brown. If you do want to kind of blend that line a little bit because you're like, oh, it's a little harsh, I'm just gonna use a small tiny little pointed blending brush and I'm just gonna very lightly go over that line. I'm not going crazy, we're just doing a little, but if you like the harsh too, I do that too sometimes, so just depends on your mood, you know. So now I'm gonna do my eyeliner. I might need a moment of silence. I'm gonna use my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. It's just like in this tube. Gonna coat my upper lashes. I'm so on the fence if I'm gonna put lashes on or not. So I don't normally do lashes. If I'm going to maybe like an event or like a party, not that I go to a lot of those, I will put lashes on. Honestly, I just bought these lashes from Amazon and I just really want to try them. It's from this brand called Amita. I'm gonna do my lashes and then I'm gonna come back because I feel like it's just gonna be boring. It's gonna take a long time. So I just put the lashes on. They're pretty natural. They're not super crazy. Just add a little something. Not much, but something. Just something to make someone go, is she wearing lashes? No, she can't be. You know? Just something like that. I'm gonna do the rest of the face and then I'll be back. I'm gonna go in with that baby E17 blendy brush that we used earlier for just blending that line. And I'm gonna go in with Chai, just this like little color. I don't like to personally do super dark makeup on the bottom. I used to, but recently I like how it looks just very minimal on the bottom lash line. I feel like it helps give me that like very sleek look on my eyes, where I feel like if you put more, it makes it more doe-eyed in my opinion, or at least for me in my eye shape. And then I'm gonna put some bottom mascara, and this is the finished look. It's just very it's natural glam. It's not over the top, but it's also not subtle either. It's a nice in-between look, and it's like one of my favorite looks that I've done for many years actually. I've done variations of this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I did enjoy doing this tutorial for you guys, and I hope that you guys want to see more from me in the future. Let me know in the comments down below what other tutorials you'd like to see. It could be makeup, art, fashion, whatever, you know. I'm like a jack of all trades. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see from me next. Please subscribe if you enjoy this video and more content from me. And please hit the notification bell so you never miss a video with me. And did I say to like it? If I didn't say to like it, can you like it too? Thank you guys for all the support while I've been sick and on my Etsy shop, and me just like trying to get adjusted to YouTube and trying to become a YouTuber. You know, it's so exciting. I've always wanted to do this, and it's really fun to finally do it. So I don't know, your support means so much to me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.